Even after winning, Turner stayed in New Jersey to finish his work. He's thinking of returning. The Children's Aid Society offers a variety of services for young people, chief among them adoption and foster care services. And it just so happens this is a very special month for kids. John Douglas and Leslie Hales are here from Children's Aid Society to tell me more about it. Guys, thank you both so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having us again this year.
Yes, sir. It is our pleasure. It's a special month. Tell us all about it.
We are started 2 weeks ago with National Adoption Month, and we have some great events being planned. This coming Saturday at Church of Brook Hills in Birmingham, we're actually having an adoption family event in the evening this coming Saturday, so we're looking forward to that. And we're in partnership with DHR and APAC, which is Alabama Pre- and Post-Adoption Connections, as a program of Children's Aid Society. So we're just thrilled about all that offers for foster care kids and for those children waiting to be adopted this year.
Now, the folks at home are probably familiar with the things that you hear about adoption. Oh, it's so hard to adopt a kid. It can take years. There's lots of red tape, lots of paperwork. What is the process really like?
Well, Leslie, why don't you speak to that?
I will. The process is basically we have orientations. We have a separate contract with State DHR, and we assist them in locating homes for children that are waiting, that they have no identified resource. And right now there are around 270 children in the state of Alabama who are free for adoption, legally free. Parental rights have been terminated, and we're waiting on a family. And we assist by going out, having different orientations, speaking events about adoption, and those families can come into one of our events and ask any questions they want to. After that, they go through a 10-week training program. If they screen through and everything works out, and they can go through that training and then complete a home study, and that study goes to the state, and then those families will be approved by the state, and they'll look at them to adopt those children.
So there is a little bit of work.
A little bit of work involved.
but it's not as ridiculous as people probably would think.
It really is not. And one of the great things about adopting through the state with public adoption is the cost is so much lower. Basically, I am an adopted parent, and basically all you pay are your court fees if you adopt through the state of Alabama. And that's a great thing because they reimburse for the legal fees that the families will incur. And that's a great help.
Now, you mentioned, did you say 200 kids?
Around 270.
All right, 270, so closer to 300.
Yeah, closer to 300 because parental rights get terminated every day and families adopt children every day. So it stays around that amount because you have children continuously coming in foster care, which leads to parental rights being terminated sometimes. So it's around 270, 300 on a regular basis.
And speaking of foster care, I'm glad you brought it up. There's a need for foster parents, foster families, and homes for these kids that are just kind of stuck in the system, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are a need for homes statewide. Right now, there are around 6,000 children in foster care in the state of Alabama. So there's always a need for foster parents because a lot of kids get adopted by their foster parent, and most of those families, they'll close their homes because they have adopted and, you know, they have the family that they were looking for, or they just decided to not foster. So there's always a need for foster parents statewide.
It worked out for them, and now it's up to somebody else.
Now it's up to somebody else.
And fill the void. All right, guys, thank you both so much for being with us. You can find out more about National Adoption Month by calling 1-866-4AL-KIDS or online at children'saidsociety.org.